Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we have two extremely affordable watches on the channel. I'm talking about under $100. I'm going to show you two watches from Star King today that I have in for review. So the first one is a dressy watch, and the second one is actually like a pretty cool kind of Rolex Hulk homage, I'd say. But let's see what's on my wrist today. Today I am wearing the Oceanica OP1, the blue sunburst dial watch. This is a Flieger watch. If you didn't know, Oceanica is based out of New York. I will drop a link in the description below. Probably the best value micro-brand watch you can currently find on the market. This one has a 90S5. If you don't know what that is, it is the same movement as the 9015, just without the date complication. So it beats at 4 Hertz, great accuracy. Just a very nice all-around watch, custom buckle, nice leather band. And these are only $200, so when you compare it to other micro brands, and the quality is just as good as the other brands, this is a great value. But I believe these are almost sold out if I didn't hear correctly. Anyway, let's get into these Star King watches below. So the first watch we're going to take a look at today is this nice dress watch. It's an automatic watch with hand winding, hacking, a bracelet, and a sapphire crystal. And this watch on Amazon is $53. I believe it's the same price on AliExpress as well. I will drop a link down in the description below. But, you know, for the money, I think you're getting quite a lot of watch from Star King here. So it has a nice kind of almost sunburst effect on this matte black dial, as you can see here, which is covered by a genuine sapphire crystal. And other YouTubers have actually, done the test with the diamond detector, which can detect sapphire crystal, and it is a true sapphire crystal. The case itself is all solid 316L stainless steel as well, so you're getting the same materials as a higher end watch. It's completely polished on these sides here. We have a pie pan shaped case, a smooth polished bezel, and pretty much all polished. The case back itself features an exhibition window, which gives us a glimpse into the custom Star King movement. I believe they did manufacture this movement themselves, and this movement has hacking, hand winding, and I think it's pretty accurate. This one gained about 6 seconds per day. You can even see the solid end links through the case back. So, now starting with some dimensions here so you get to know the watch a little bit better. We are looking at a case diameter of 40 millimeters, which is pretty good for a dress watch. I think anything above that really wouldn't qualify as a dress watch. In terms of case thickness, we're looking at about 11.4 millimeters, so it's pretty thin on the wrist. And as you can see there, it has a nice profile, these kind of droopy, teardroppy lugs, and the pie pan, very circular case shape there. We do get a 22 millimeter lug width here. In terms of lug to lug distance, we're looking at about 48.3 millimeters, just say 48 millimeters. So it's a nice size, I think it's a very decent size. I like this size, 40 millimeters. Now that's really, for me, that's my sweet spot there. Now the bracelet itself is quite an interesting one. It actually has solid end links, and the end links fit very, very good in this case. I was surprised by that. There's no gaps or shake in it or anything like that. And this watch is only $53. And the bracelet features polished and brushed surfaces. And this nice kind of, the bracelet isn't extremely fluid. I wouldn't say the bracelet's extremely high-end. This is a $53 watch. But I'd say the bracelet is definitely usable. It does feature pins, but we do get solid end links. You can see right there on the case back, solid steel bracelet. The clasp itself is a butterfly clasp, a little shaky there, but it's definitely secure when you clamp it down for a nice fit there. I think it looks pretty decent for the price. The buttons work good. Everything is in functioning order. So the bracelet isn't that bad, although you can throw this on a nice leather band. I think it would look pretty cool, especially a nice black band. I think that would look really good. Now this movement has about a 36-hour power reserve, and it is a high beat movement. I believe it beats at 4 Hertz. As you can see, it is sweeping around quite smooth around the dial there. Nice, sharp, applied, polished markers. We do get Dauphine style hands, which look pretty classy. A date window over at the 3 o'clock position in white. Now you can self-wind the movement via the crown, and you can also quick set the date right here. Nice quick set date. Everything works good. Okay. Now the final position, we can hack the movement and set the time. Now it's a very simple dress watch. We have Star King printed right below the 12 o'clock position, automatic printed above the 6 o'clock position. I think for the price, if you're looking to get an automatic watch and you really don't have much money, I think this is a good option. It feels quite solid. It's not like an extremely light, cheap, flimsy looking or feeling watch. It has a sapphire crystal. And it has this nice Star King movement with an exhibition case back window, so you can see the movement. The rotor itself even has some perlage on it. You can really see that. I think that's pretty cool there. So, and they did put their little logo on the window. This is not a sapphire on the back. I believe it's like a mineral crystal on the case back. So you can't get everything for $53, right? But there's no lume on this watch, so that's pretty much going to be it. I'll show you how it looks on my wrist. My wrist is 6.5 inches. There it is on my 6.5 inch wrist right there. And it does look pretty nice, you know, very classy. I wouldn't say it looks like $1 million, but, you know, I think for the price, I think it looks okay. You know, definitely fits nice. It definitely conforms the bracelet, which is good. You have the butterfly clasp there. And overall, it's a decent looking watch for the money. But right now I want to show you another watch from Star King, which is available on AliExpress. And it is a dive watch, but basically a one-to-one or homage. Not a one-to-one, a homage of the Submariner Hulk for like $95. So let's get into that one. So the Hulk resides in this standard Star King box, which most of you guys are probably pretty familiar with from the other YouTubers. I already took all the plastics off of the watch. It does come with a polishing cloth as well. But let me just get this out of the way, and let's get into this homage here. So this is a $95 homage of the Rolex Hulk, as you can probably tell. Very bright green sunburst dial. And we obviously have the magnifier over here. And then we have applied lumed markers. And the lume is actually really good. I was like, whoa. You know, this watch is not that expensive, but the lume is actually pretty good. It's some type of super luminova. You know, it's hard to get, you know, specifics, I should say, out of Star King. A lot of their specifications listed under their listings are kind of dodgy, so I kind of do it myself. But this watch features a hand winding movement, hacking, and it's a 28,800 beats per hour movement, so it beats at 4 hertz, which is pretty nice for the money. It comes on a stainless steel oyster style bracelet with polished center links, brushed outer links. It kind of reminds me of the Invicta a little bit, the Pro Diver. The bracelet definitely does. It feels exactly the same, like they're made in the same factory. Star King logo here. And some negatives, you know, would be obviously the milled clasp and such like that, but you know, you do have some micro adjustments over here if you want to get a better fit. Just like the other watch I reviewed, we do get an exhibition case back window showing that Star King movement with the perlage work on the rotor screw down case back. This watch is water resistant to 100 meters, so it is one that you can actually take in the water. Now the aluminum green bezel insert features 120 clicks, and I was really surprised by the action on it. It's really good. I mean, there is a little play there, as you can see, but it's really good bezel action. I was really surprised. There are no alignment issues. Everything does line up to the 12 o'clock position. So the movement itself features hand winding. There's no screw down crown on this model. On the two-tone model, there is a screw down crown. But this model features a 316L stainless steel case, just like all their other watches, signed crown. The finishing is okay. I wouldn't call it stellar, but you know, this is under $100 US. Get you a little profile shot of the case there. Now the one thing I did notice about this watch is the bracelet where it connects. You kind of get some little sharpness over here, or not sharpness, but you know, the bracelet doesn't connect perfectly, or it doesn't fit perfectly into the lugs there, as you can see. It kind of comes over, and like it fits. There's no wiggle or nothing like that. It obviously fits, but it seems that the lugs just come over a little bit. I don't know if that's how they designed it, or that's how they wanted it to be. But nonetheless, the movement hand winds, and it's actually very smooth and very accurate. This one gained like 2 seconds in a day. I was like, oh my god, you know? Kind of makes me wonder about some expensive watch movements. So we get a quick set date, and then your final position is your hacking position. You can set the time there. Typical Mercedes hands, just like a Submariner, and a Sword minutes hand. Star King logo, 100 meters printed above 6. And yeah, not a bad looking watch though. If you're looking to spend under $100, get something that looks like a Hulk. You know, obviously it's not, but it's basically an Invicta, you know, I wouldn't call it, well, Invicta copies the Submariner, and this does too, so I guess they're just homage watches, you know. But I really want to show you the lume on this one. Let's get into that. Now, before getting into that, I just want to give you some basic dimensions here. It is a 40 millimeter case diameter. We do have a 20 millimeter lug width here. We do have a case thickness with the case back, which protrudes a lot. I would say that adds some width to it. We're looking at about 13.5 millimeters. Now, the crystal itself is definitely some type of, you know, hardened mineral crystal. It's not a sapphire crystal, so I believe it's a hardened mineral crystal. So that's maybe something you might consider. I don't know. I mean, it is only $95. But I must say, compared to the Pro Diver, the bezel action is much better, and it feels a lot more solid than the Pro Diver. It feels more like a real watch in hand than the Pro Diver, and I do have the Pro Diver right next to me here in a gold iteration, which I did review. In terms of the bracelet compared to the Pro Diver, I would say this bracelet, it's about the same, I'd say. It has pins. The links are curved, so it will fit on the wrist. It's decent in terms of fluidity, and it does lay it flat on the case back there, which isn't bad. You have a semi-smaller link here, so it can fold, which isn't too bad. The clasps are exactly the same. However, I think this movement's a bit cooler than the NH35 using the Invicta Pro Diver 8926s. So, that's either my opinion or your opinion, whatever you like better. But I think this watch is pretty cool for the money. And right now we'll get into the Lume Shot. So here's a Lume Shot of the Star King dive watch. And like I said, the Lume is no joke on this one. It's pretty good. We have Lume on all of the markers hands and the pip on the sweeping seconds hand. And it's pretty strong. It doesn't fade quickly. Definitely better Lume than the Invicta Pro Diver. Here is how it would look if you had a 6.5-inch wrist like mine. And, in terms of lug-to-lug width, it fits just about across perfectly on my wrist there, so no issues there in terms of lug-to-lug width. But definitely a very bright green sunburst dial, especially when the light's hitting it, as you can probably see on the screen right now. So yeah, not a bad watch from Star King. Definitely some pretty cool watches that they make, and they're very affordable. And it's not like you're wasting your money on spending thousands of dollars and such. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, as usual. What do you think of these deal busters? And I think the Submariner Hulk Homage is kind of cool. If you want to play around, have a good beater watch, or you're thinking about buying a Hulk but not sure if you like the look of it, this is something to try out, I'd say. And this is definitely a very well made dress watch. If you're looking for something for work and you don't want to spend a lot of money. It has nothing to do with how much money you have. Just some people do not like spending a lot of money on watches and certain things. Some people are very frugal on spending money. It's not a bad thing. It does save you money in the end. But anyway, I will drop some links to these watches. This one can be found on AliExpress. I will drop a link down in the description below. This one can be found on Amazon and AliExpress. You will see those links as well. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys quite soon on the next video. Thanks so much. Bye.